Hello folks, and happy Friday the 13th. So last year, we here at Watchwaddle released one of our more ambitious projects, an animated parody of the 8th Friday the 13th movie, Jason Takes Manhattan. Now, as most of us know, the Rob Hedden-directed film was met with budget cuts from the studio, which left the Manhattan of the movie only the last 20 minutes, ruining what could have been an awesome movie to Jason attacking a cruise ship. Incidentally, Jason on a cruise could have been a pretty awesome movie too, but that wasn't what we were promised. After quite a few jokes on our playlist that they should remake this film, we decided to just do it ourselves, only animated and included as much jokes in it as we possibly could. Mostly New York-based jokes, of course. So with this video, we will do a little commentary and point out all the Easter eggs. Incidentally, if you haven't seen our film yet, I'll leave a link for it in the description below. But if you have, here we go. To start, the remark about the 1 minute and 4 second mark is basically when Jason makes it to New York. Next, that billboard in the background is the one from Charles Bronson's Death Wish, albeit with a Jason Voorhees mask added to it. The next billboard is a direct reference to the original movie where Jason sees his own mask, only in this case, he sees Mike Myers' mask. Mike Myers here is wearing a Captain Kirk outfit, and of course there's a Silver Shamrock reference. This scene is, of course, a parody of the actual Times Square scene, with the Coke sign and the Batman symbol. All the other videos playing are all my past videos that have referenced Jason.
This is Times Square?
I'd prefer fresh air. That line was a reference to the opening theme song to Green Acres, where they reference Times Square and fresh air. The sign here by Madison Square Garden that has Metropolis's Dark Side of the Night tour is, of course, a reference to the original theme for the movie. The taxicab's number 804 is a reference to the TV show Taxi, and this line? And we're in a hurry, so let's not wobble. That's the same snooty line said by the guy getting in the cab in the movie Ghostbusters. Also, Jason being the driver is kind of a reference to a scene in Baseball Bugs, the Bugs Bunny cartoon where he plays baseball in New York. Next up on the Brooklyn Bridge here, amongst the cars, one of them is the Batmobile from the 1960s Adam West Batman show. Oh, and this line here? My, but you've gotten stronger since Kane Hodder. That, of course, refers to Kane Hodder, the guy who played Jason Voorhees from Part 7 to Part 10. Now, in this scene, the number on the police car is 54. That is a reference to Car 54, Where Are You?, an old 1950s television show. And this scene with the toxic waste, every single one of these is a reference to the movie Ghostbusters once again. The toxic waste here is actually Ecto Cooler, and all the signs point to all the references from the movies. Rizzo's Diner is a reference to Muppets Take Manhattan. Rizzo was the rat that worked at the diner. You can even see a callback to Pete written on the wall. That was a catchphrase he used to say in the movie.
Well, if he could, also balance the budget, I'll hire him.
And that line was said by Mayor Koch in Muppets Take Manhattan. Very funny part. And the records on the jukebox here, you can see the names of Pseudo Echo, Alice Cooper, and Peter Fredette, who of course done soundtracks for the Jason movies. Now, this scene... This diner is a family-friendly franchise, and this franchise ain't big enough for the two of us. Fans will recognize this as a reference to Ken Kersinger, who took over Jason for Kane Hodder in Freddy vs. Jason. Hence this water reference. Just for that, I'm telling people you're afraid of water. Next, we see them all running into FAO Schwartz, and it's a big reference. Next here, they run into the sewer, and there's a ton of references on the wall to the Honeymooners Art Carney. And we follow it up with a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle reference, specifically one to the music in Part 2 and a scene from Jason Takes Manhattan.
You're dead meat, slime bag.
Now in the wall in the background here, you can see the first names of all the actors from Jason Takes Manhattan, and this scene here has the opening narration dialogue. The narration goes into more lyrics by Metropolis, plus we also get a couple of other New York-based songs, including Lou Reed, Huey Lewis, Billy Joel, Frank Sinatra, and Don Henley. Incidentally, Europe as the sewer worker is dressed up like Mario from the Mario Brothers. And his dialogue consists of inconsistencies from Friday the 13th, 1 through 8. Tell me more about this Jason killer. He was the kid that drowned in the 50s but was alive in the 80s, aged decades overnight, killed and buried in a marked grave despite being cremated, resurrected with a bolt of lightning, went up against a girl with telekinesis who can also raise the dead, and then boarded an ocean liner that was connected to a lake. Finally, we have the payoff scene. King Kong's cameo appearance. Good to be the king. That line there is actually from several Mel Brooks movies, and we get the final payoff of the Julius character.
I told you, I'm the only memorable character in this movie.
And those are all the Easter eggs from Watchwaddle's Jason Takes Manhattan spoof. I love this project. It's one of my favorites that we've ever done in this production. So maybe we'll do a sequel in the future. If anybody would like to see another one of these, please let me know in the comments. In the meantime, this is Waddle from Watchwaddle. Thanks for watching.